Good morning to all. So today we are starting the next topic in the memory management unit. We are discussing the virtual memory and the demand paging concept. So in the previous lecture, we have also discussed about the page fault. So how the page fault occurs in the system, and to recover from the page fault, which are the different steps we have to follow. Actually, there are 6 different steps to recover from the page fault. And why the page fault occurs in the system, that also we have discussed. The process try to access a particular page from the main memory, and if that particular page is not found inside the main memory, the page fault occurs. So to rectify this particular page fault, the OS has to bring the desired page from the secondary storage into the main memory. At the same time, it has to also check about the free frames. So if the frames are free, or if the free frames are available, then definitely the desired page will be loaded inside the free frame. But if the second case, if the no free frame is currently available, all the memory is currently full, then there is a need of page replacement. So for the page replacement, which page is to be selected for the replacement, that is given by our page replacement algorithm, and that particular page is called as the victim page. So there are n number of pages are there. So out of which page, out of these n number of pages, which page is to be replaced with the help of this desired page, that answer is given by your page replacement algorithm. So there are three page replacement algorithm, that is a list recently used: FIFO, first in first out, and optimal page replacement algorithm. So we have to discuss this algorithm in detail, right? So page replacement algorithm, how these algorithm work, that we'll see. First, string of memory reference, it is called as the reference string. So memory reference string is given, that is memory reference string means memory reference is made to that particular location, that is number 14161616161. These are a total 11 memory locations are given on the slide. To determine number of page faults for a particular reference string, and page replacement algorithm need to know the number of page frames available. So as you know that page frame play an important role in the page fault, because if there is a free frame, there is no question about the page fault. But if the frames are not free, or if there is not a single frame which is free, then definitely the page fault occurs in the system. And to recover from the page fault, to rectify that particular page fault, page replacement strategy need to follow. So see here, number of frames available increases, number of page fault decreases. Definitely it is a, one can say, directly proportional. As you go on increasing the number of frames, definitely your page fault number will be decreased, right? So for example, if we have 3 frames, there are 3 page fault. But if only 1 frame available, there are 11 page faults. So this particular graph shows you the relationship between number of page faults and number of frames. So what is the number of frames? Number of frames, ultimately it is nothing but your main memory, your actual memory available. So you are increasing the number of frames, means what you are actually increasing, you are increasing the main memory. Initially, say for example, if it is a 512 kilobyte of memory is available, now you can have 1 MB of memory available, then you can have 10 MB of memory, 100 MB of memory, you have 1 GB of memory. So as you go on increasing the size of memory, ultimately your number of frames will be increased, right? So and as the number of frame will be increased, definitely you have less page fault, because what happened, the pages are being loaded inside the main memory. So there is no question of, because if all the pages of the process, are loaded inside the main memory, there is no question about the page fault. There is no question about the page fault, right? So as the increasing number of frames, so see here, if there is only 1 frame, so definitely there are 11 number of page fault occurs. So this is the relationship. If there is only 1 frame is available, there are 11 page fault occurs in the system. But if there are if there are 3 frames, so this is the 3 frame. So there are 3 page faults occur in the system. So 3 frames are there. So 3 page faults occur in the system. So the graph is the, one can say, this is nothing but your structure of the graph. But after some time, after some frame, this graph become constant, or it becomes linear, because though you go on increasing the number of frame, but still you cannot reduce this number page fault numbers to 0. This graph will never touch to your x-axis. This particular graph will never touch to your x-axis. There are some, at least one or two page fault occurs in the system. So that's why after some time this graph becomes linear. It is exactly parallel to your x-axis. It will never meet to this one. It will never cross to the x-axis and the page fault becomes zero here, right? So this will not happen because it is practically it is not possible. Theoretically, though you can have the graph, but practically it is not possible to reduce this page fault number to zero. So what we can do here, we can minimize the page fault, right? So what is the meaning of what is the disadvantages of the page fault? If there are more number of page fault, what is happening here? The processor time is spent maximum time on the switching between the process from secondary storage to primary storage or the main memory and main memory to the secondary storage. The maximum time is getting wasted on the switching between the process to and fro from the secondary storage and the main memory instead of execution, right? Instead of execution. So it is supposed that the processor must spend its maximum time on executing the process rather than the swapping the process to and fro from the main memory to hard disk, right? So though we cannot reduce the number to zero, but this number can be minimized to certain level that can be, right. So this is the graph shown here. The number of frame increases, the page fault drops to a minimal level. So adding physical memory increases the number of frames. So adding the physical memory definitely going to increase the number of frames, right? Now, so we have to see the three different page replacement algorithms. So first algorithm is nothing but your FIFO, that is the first come, that is the first in, first out page replacement algorithm. First in, first out. The very simple algorithm, simplest page replacement algorithm. It associates with the page time when that particular page was brought inside the main memory. So when page must be replaced, okay. So when you need to replace the page, right? So which page is to be replaced? So replace the oldest page in the memory. Oldest page. So that's why it is called as the FIFO. That is first in, first out. The page which in first, that particular page must be out first. A very simple strategy, easy. One can say that the easy to implement and easy to understand also. And the memory reference string is given here. So see, remember this particular string. There are 20 references made here. 7, 0, 1, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 2, 3, 0, 3, 2, 1, 2, 0, 1, 7, 0, 1. That is equal to 20 total references are there. And how many frames we have to use here? We have to use the 3 frames we have to use for the example. So how the algorithm works actually, that we'll see. The reference string is given 7, 0, 1, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 2, 3, 0, 3, 2, 1, 2, 0, 1, 7, 0, 1. This is the memory reference string is given. Now, and how many frames are given? There are 3 frames. 3 frames are given. Means in the main memory. So initially I can draw here. Initially, I have the main memory available. And how many frames are available? So there are the 3 frames are available in the main memory, right? So this is my initial memory structure. So number 1, number 2, and number 3. 3 frames are available. And now the memory reference is made to page number 7. Memory reference is made to page number 7. Page fault occurs. Page fault occurs because what? Page fault occurs because the page is not available because initially memory is free. 3 frames are there. Initially, all these 3 frames are free. No frame is currently occupied. The memory reference is made to page number 7. Page number 7, but 7 is not present in the main memory. The page fault occurs. This is called as the page fault number 1. And how to recover the page fault? Bring that particular page inside the main memory. So this particular 7 is placed inside this first block or the first frame. It is placed in the first frame and the page fault satisfies, right? So there is no question about the page fault. The 7 number page get loaded inside the main memory and the process continues its execution. Now the next time the memory reference is made to page number 0. Memory reference is made to page number 0. 0 is not available, only 7 number page is there. So what is happening here? Again, page fault occurs, and to recover from the page fault, you need to bring that particular page. You need to bring that particular page inside the main memory. So bring that particular free frames are, yes, there are 2 frames are currently free. So page 0 is placed here. So this is your second page fault, right? Now third reference is made to page number 1. Third reference is made. So process 1, page number 1, and it's see here. So there are only 7 and 0. and there is no page number 1 here. So page fault occurs. This is nothing but your page fault number 3. And to recover from the page fault, one number page must be brought inside the main memory. Yes, there is a free frame, one frame is free. So you are placing that particular page inside the free frame. So now also here the page fault which is satisfied. And so here see 701, all three frames are currently occupied and they are containing the pages 7, 0 and 1. Now this is the structure with the 3-page fault. The next step, the reference made to page number 2. Reference is made to page number 2, right? Page number 2 is not available in the main memory. So page fault occurs here. Page fault occurs in the system. So all the three frames, see carefully, all the three frames are currently occupied, 7, 0 and 1. So out of this 7, 0 and 1, which page you are going to replace? So FIFO says that, or the FIFO strategy, first in, first out, says that replace that particular page that is the oldest among these three, or that has come first, that must be out first. So out of 701, which is to be replaced? So page number 7 is to be replaced. So instead of 7, so remove this 7 number page from the main memory. So the frame becomes free, and the page number 2, which is the desired page, place in place of 7 and 01 as it is, and 01 as it is. Getting this point? So 7. So here 7, 7, 7. 3 times means 7 is the oldest one. So out of 7, 01, 7 is the oldest one. That's why 7 is replaced. Getting this point or not? Now the next memory reference is made to page number 0. Next memory reference made to page number 0. And yes, there is no page fault. See, there is no page fault. Why? Because 0 page is already available here. 0 page is already present inside the main memory. There is no question about the page fault. The page 0 is executed. No problem. The next memory reference is made to page number 3. And page fault occurs because 3 page is not available. So you can say this is the page fault number 5, and the page is not present in the memory. The page fault occurs. So you have to replace again one page. So out of this 201, which is to be replaced, out of this, now compare between 201, which is the oldest one. Between 201, 0 is the oldest one because 2 you just have placed here. 1 is the, then 0 is the oldest one out of 201. So replace 0 by 3. So your the structure becomes 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. And page fault is now satisfied. Now the reference, next reference made to page number 0. Next reference, next call is to page number 0. But 0 is not present in this particular frame. So page fault number 6 occurs. And to recover from the page fault, you have to at least free the one frame. So which frame is to be free? Which page is to be replaced between 230, which is the oldest one. So compare between 230, 1 is the oldest one. So number 1 page will be removed, and in that particular place, 0 page will be placed here, and the page fault will satisfy. Now the next memory, so this is the structure now, 230. 230 is the structure at this particular type. Next memory reference made to 4, page number 4. So 4 is not available, page fault occurs. This is the 7th page fault in the system. So out of 230, which is to be replaced, which is the oldest one out of 230, the 2 is the oldest one. So replace that 2 by 4. So 430 is the structure, and the page fault will be nullified. Then the reference made to 2, reference made to 2 out of 430, which is the oldest one. 3 is the oldest one. So 420, the page fault 8 satisfies. The next reference is 3. 3 is not available, or 3 is not present in 420. The what one can say, the page fault number 9 occurs here, and which is the oldest one between 420? 0 is the oldest one, so replace 0 by 3. So this becomes your 423. Again reference made to 0. 0 is not present here, so page fault occurs number 10. So which is the oldest one? 423. So 4 is the oldest one, so replace 4 by 0. Up till now. Now the next memory number 3. But there is no question about the page fault because the page number 3 is present here. So no page fault occurs. Now the next memory reference is made to 2. Also again no page fault occurs because 2, yes, the process find that particular page number 2 in the memory. There is no question about the page fault. The page number 2 executed successfully. Now the next memory reference is made to page number 1. So 1 is not present. 0, 2, 3, 1 is not present. So page fault occurs. So I can say here 11 number page fault is there. So which page is to be replaced? So out of this 0, 2, 3, so one can say 2 is the oldest one. So I replace here. So 0, 1, 3 is nothing but the now the pages loaded inside the memory. Now the next memory reference is 2. No 2 pages available. Page fault occurs. I can say it is the page fault number 12. And now 0, 1, 3, which is the oldest one? 3 is the oldest. Replace oldest by page number 2. So we can have 0, 1, and 2. Right? So next reference made to 0. 0 is available, no page fault. 1, 1 is available, no page fault. So again, next reference made to 7. 7 is not available, so page fault occurs number 13. Page fault number 13. So I can, which page is to be replaced? 0, 1, and 2. Out of these 3 pages, which is to be replaced? 0 is the oldest one, so replace that 7. Those so it becomes 7, 1, 2. Then next memory reference is 0, not present in the inside the memory. Page fault occurs. So which is to be replaced out of 7, 1, 2? 1 is the oldest one. So replace that 7. So it becomes 7, 0, 2. Then memory reference go to 1. So 1 is not present. Page fault occurs number 15. So which is the oldest one? 2 is the oldest one. So replace this 7, 0, and 1. So this is actually how the process, how the page replacement, FIFO page replacement algorithm works here. How the page replacement algorithm works. So total number of page faults are 15 page fault occurs with the help of this FIFO page replacement algorithm. So replace that particular page, which is the oldest one, right? That particular page we have to replace, right? So FIFO is easy to understand and program, or it is implementation point of view. It is very much easy. Performance is not always good, just like your FCFS. So it will not give you the minimum number of page fault or the optimal number of. So 15 is very high number. You have the 20 memory reference, 20 memory references, and for these 20 memory references, how much are the page faults? There are 15 page faults. So this number is not a very optimum one, right? So this performance is not very optimum. So page replace maybe an initialization module that was used a long time ago and no longer needed, but it could contain a heavily used variable that was initialized early and it is in constant use. So that's why the performance, one can say, it is not always good. So replacing the active page that is required frequently in use, some other pages need to be replaced. That is a bad replacement choice increases, that increases the page fault increases. So if the bad replacement policy increases, definitely it's going to increase the number of page fault, and it suffers. So very importantly, it suffers from the Bailey's anomaly. Remember this example, try to understand this example, very important. Bailey's anomaly says that though the number of frames are greater, then still it gives more number of page fault in some cases, right? So what is our hypothesis, or what is our hypothesis for the page replacement algorithm? As increasing, so what graph we have seen in the earlier slide, the graph is like this, increasing number of, one can say, increasing number of frames, that will going to decrease your number of page fault, right? This is the page fault number going to be decreased in this way, right? But in case of FIFO, this particular FIFO algorithm suffers from Bailey's anomaly. Now in case of Bailey's anomaly, though you are going to increase the number of frame, it will increase the number of page fault. It will increase the number of page fault. How? That we'll see with an example. So take this example. That means in some page replacement algorithm, or in this FIFO particularly suffers from this particular problem. This particular problem is called as the Bailey's anomaly. Always there is a question, write a note on Bailey's anomaly with a proper example. Example, you have to remember always 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This string you have to by heart while explaining this example of Bailey's anomaly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the memory reference string. Now for 3 frames, just a first page fault occur. 1 is placed inside the memory. Second page fault occur. 2 is placed inside the memory. Third page fault occur. 3 is placed inside the memory. For 4, which is to be replaced, number 1 page is to be replaced. So 4, 2, 3. For 1, the 2 is replaced here. So 4, 1, 3. This is the next page fault. And for 2, the 3 is replaced because 3 is the oldest one among 4, 1, and 3. So 4, 1, and 2. And for 5, so 4 number page is replaced, and 5, 1, 2. This is the current structure. So these are the page fault. For 1, no page fault because 1 is already there. For this page number 2, no page fault occurs because 2 is already present. There is no question about the page fault. But for 3, which is to be replaced among 5, 1, 2. 1 is the oldest one, so replace that. So it becomes 5, 3, 2. For 4, page fault occurs for 4, and for 4, which is to be replaced here? 2 is the oldest one among 5, 3, 2. So replace that particular page, so it becomes 5, 3, 4. And for last reference 5, there is no question about the page fault because 5 is already available in the memory. So how many total number of page fault? There are 9 page fault for 3 frames. So 3 frames, and the number of page faults equal to, one can say, page fault equal to 9. Now, if we increase the frame by 1, so we go for 4 number of frames. 4 numbers. So we'll see here 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are the 4 number of frames, right? So 1 page fault occurs, so place that 1 in the memory. Then 2 page fault occurs, place that 2 inside the free frame. Yes, available 1, 2. 3 page fault occurs, so page 1, 2, 3, it is there. 4, the page fault occurs for 4, so place that 4 inside the memory to fulfill the page fault. So the structure becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. Now again the reference made to 1, there is no question about the page fault because 1 is already available. For 2, there is no question about the page fault, 2 is already available. For 5, now the page fault occurs and the 5 is not available here. So you need to replace the page. So which is to be replaced? So page number 1 is the oldest one. So replace that page for 5. So 5, 2, 3, 4. This becomes your structure. This becomes your structure. Now 1. Now replace 2 for 1. Then it becomes 5, 1, 3, 4. For 2, replacement 5, 1, 2, 4. For 3, replacement is 5, 1, 2, 3. For 4, 4 is not there. So 4, 1, 2, 3. And 5 is not there. So 4, 5, 2, 3. The oldest page is being replaced by the desired page here. And see, count the number of page fault occurs in the system. So these page fault are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So there are total number of page faults are 10. But it is expected that as you go on increasing the number of frames, your page fault must be decreased. But here you are increasing the frames, but your page fault also going to be increased here. So this particular phenomenon is called as the Belady's anomaly. So what we have studied earlier, see, this is our graph, and graph says that increasing your number of frames will definitely going to decrease your number of page fault. But here this is not true in this particular case. If we take this particular string and if you follow the FIFO algorithm, this is not true for this particular string, right? So what we have to do, so this is the phenomenon, increasing number of frames also increase the number of page fault. And the graph, so see carefully, this graph you have to draw while explaining this example. Page fault curve, for it is called as the page fault curve for the FIFO algorithm. Number of frames, number of page faults. So for 1, how many page faults are there? For 1, there are, say for example, 12 page fault. For 2 numbers, this is 1, this 2 frames are there. There are again 12 page fault. If there is a 3, so there are 9 page fault for this 3. So this is the 9, right? So this is the 12, right? This way you can draw this. And if this is 3, and if I increase it to 4, so for 3 frames the page faults are 9, but if I increase the number of frames are 4, the page fault number is to be increased, that is nothing but 10, right? And for 5 frames, then again it decreased to number 6, right? Decrease to number 6, and it will become constant. So this is the curve for this particular example, and that is called as this is referred as a Belady's anomaly in the FIFO page replacement algorithm. So remember this point. In case of FIFO page replacement algorithm, it is easy to program and easy to understand. Only the thing is that we have to replace that particular page which has not used for longer amount of time, or which is the oldest one, or the page that has input first, that is to be removed first from the main memory for the replacement, right? So this is I think we have to stop here. Okay, so next algorithm that we'll see in the next lecture. The optimal page replacement and the LRU page replacement strategy we'll see in the next lecture, right? So for today, we'll just stop here.